If math has been driving you crazy, or if you're finally admitting you're lazy, and your test grades have been dropping, it's time to get your arrows popping. Hello, how's everybody doing out there? This is Mr. Witt with Fort Bend Tutoring, and today's lesson, tutorial, review is going to be over basic mathematics, the final exam review. We're going to have a final exam review series for you guys live, okay? So the first thing we're going to be doing is going through a lot of the college courses, and then we'll go over the middle school and high school courses as we are ending the school year for most of the students going to school around the world. Oh yes, okay, especially in the U.S. So of course, because we speak English, we'll be going over the English speaking nations type of courses and things like that. And we're going to start off with a developmental mathematics course that is given in many junior colleges and community colleges and very few universities, called Math 106, and you may the other schools that you attend may call it something else, but it's their first developmental mathematics course, and basically it's just going over basic mathematics. Basic mathematics. Yes, it's on the college level. However, yes, it's given at the college level. However, it's actually a developmental mathematics course to prepare you for college level courses. And this is the first of 3 that we'll be going into before we reach the college algebra level courses. All right, and their final exams that we'll be covering. All right, so we have Treasure Ghost in the house. What's going on, Treasure Ghost? All right, good stuff. Good to see you. And Say is in the house. Good to see you. Angry Hermit's in the house. Royal King is here, and that is wonderful. All right, there you go. Wilson, how you doing, Wilson? All right, it says, when are we going to find out who won the magic pen? You're talking about the Adonit styluses. We have a giveaway going on right now. That's right, Wilson. And we're going to be giving that away on this Saturday. What's going on, Finn? How you doing? All right, so yeah, so if you guys participate in the Adonit giveaway, we're going to be giving away that those pens on the styluses on Saturday. We will be reviewing geometry. Yes, Angry Hermit, that's going to be one of the final exam reviews that we'll be covering. That is correct. Sebastian, how you doing? So my goal today, guys, is to go over as many problems as possible during this live final exam review. So you guys can feel free to chat amongst yourselves, chime in, and I will be checking in on the chat from time to time to engage with you guys, because all right, that I like engaging with you guys. That's right, Wilson. You're going to be a winner. You're going to be a winner. Yahoo, indeed. And as you can already tell, I've already made some adjustments because of Lewis sent me a great link to find out how to control the manually focus my webcam. So the live stream should be a lot clearer now to you guys. So that's going to help out a lot. And we're going to have a good time with this. Yeah. TV is in the house. Also, I want to say, give a shout out to Gabrielle. She also donated last time for the donations for Fort Bend Tutoring's live streams and also the math tutorials. Want to give her a shout out because she did it through the link that you guys can find in the description box there to donate. But of course, if you're on a laptop or a desktop, you can use the super chat to donate to Fort Bend Tutoring. That helps us bring you these types of videos to help you guys out in your academic endeavors. All right, well, let's get to work. I got work to do today, guys. You know what I'm saying? So let's get to it. We have problem number 1, where we have simplify 8496 if possible. Okay, so when I'm approaching a problem like this, of course it's a rational expression. Of course it is a fraction. We can try to reduce this as much as possible, and your immediate goal actually is try to reduce this by the greatest common factor within this problem, the biggest factor that they have in common. And what I see, guys, in this one is that 84 and 96 can both be reduced by 12. Yeah, they can both be reduced by 12. So if I take this 84, and let me go ahead and change this ink here. If I have my 84, 96, and I reduce the numerator and the denominator by 12, we should end up with 7/8. There you go. 7/8. What's going on, John? How you doing, John Smith? So we end up with a 7/8 as our result. And of course, if you already don't know, we're going to red box it. That's what's going on. How you doing, Paul Bloom? Mr. Bloom from Texas Hill Country, Center Point High School. Thank you so much. Good stuff for all high school math classes. Absolutely, Paul Bloom. We will be going over the high school course final exam reviews live in the future months. But the first thing we're going to be hitting up is the college courses, because of course their final exams occur before you guys, and so we'll be going in order as far as the timeline as to who's going to be taking their final exams first. So we're going to be doing the college level courses, starting with developmental math in college, and then from there we'll hit the middle school 8th grade, and then we're going to be hitting up algebra 1, geometry, algebra 2, and that should be over the course of the next I'll be doing trig functions if they occur within a geometry's final, or because see, I don't know if I'll be doing a pre-calculus review. So the trig functions, I already have some on the channel, John. So trig functions, as far as evaluating them and things like that, you can find videos on that, as well as graphing trig functions. So check out the trigonometry playlist is the bottom line, John. But I won't be doing any trig anytime soon, because it's not going to be in the final exam reviews that I'll be covering immediately. Christy says, is it possible if you can make videos about the SAT, more specifically the math section? Absolutely, Christy. That is an excellent idea. An excellent idea, Christy. I'll be putting that in my notes as far as videos to make in the near future. Yeah, so that's an excellent idea, Christy. Thanks. Smart suggestion. Let's check out problem number 2. In problem number 2, we have find decimal notation for 15/25. I'm going to go ahead and discuss a couple of ways. That's right, Finn. Let's get down to some math. Let's go ahead and find a couple of ways to solve this problem. One way is, anytime you can make the denominator a power of 10, we can change this into decimal notation quickly. All right. So what do I mean by this is, if I can get the denominator to become 10 to the first power, which is 10, or 10 to the second power, which is 100 or 1,000 or 10,000, I can easily convert this into decimal notation. Because I'm starting out with 25, if I were to multiply the numerator, we don't need that red right now. We need black. Here we go. If I were to start out by multiplying the numerator and the denominator by 4, so that I would end up with 100 in the denominator, I would end up with 60/100ths. Okay. So with 60/100ths, we'll end up with 60/100ths, which could actually be simplified to 6/10ths as a result. So that is one way to go about solving this problem as far as changing it into decimal notation. Of course, you can always use long division to convert a fraction into decimal notation. You can always do that, but it's a lot more fun to be clever. Yeah. That's right. You can always be clever and do that. Or you can use this, guys. You can use this conversion of saying that you have 15/25 times 100. Yeah. Am I doing this right? I think I'm doing this right. Yeah. No. That's for something else, guys. Never mind. Thinking too fast. But I do want to show you this. Let me show you this. 15/25. Let's go ahead and reduce this to its lowest terms. We can reduce the numerator and the denominator by 3. Yeah. That'll give us 5. All right. No, by 3. Oh my God. I'm freaking out, guys. Here we go. Slow it down, Mr. Witt. Going too fast. There we go. I'm slowing down. Yeah, you'll have 3/5. There you go. So you have, what's going on, J Fantasy? So you got 3/5, and then you could just multiply the numerator and the denominator by 2 to get 6/10ths. This is what I was trying to show you guys before I start messing up because of the live stream. There you go. All right, so there's another way to tackle that, and once again, it's without going into the long division. Kanisha's in the house. What's going on? All right, so also anything that I have confusion on about math, your videos have always been my savior. I always end up being so confident in my math after watching your video. Christy, thank you so much. Wanted to help out as many people as possible, and now I need to help myself out because I am actually rushing and being a little nervous here for some reason. and messing up on my math, and I can't do that. So in the first scenario, guys, for problem number 2, I showed you that one way to convert the fraction into decimal notation was to get a power of 10 as your denominator. I showed you that one denominator that we could end up with was the hundredths place by multiplying the numerator and the denominator by 4. So that gave us 61 hundredths, which gives you 60 hundredths as a decimal, which you could simplify because the 0 at the end there wasn't necessary. You can simplify that to 6/10. But if we reduce the original problem, okay, by 5 in the numerator and the denominator, you end up with 3/5. And at 3/5, you could use either long division, or you could use the fact that you can multiply the numerator and the denominator by 2 to get 6/10, which is a direct conversion into decimal notation. Royal King, I'm trying to be better than all teachers, but I am struggling right now. So hopefully I will warm up. All right. Treasure Ghost, you have a good night. I appreciate you. I understand that you got to get some sleep. Peace. Take care. Take care, Treasure Ghost. Let's keep it moving, guys. And this time we can get through we can get through more problems because I don't have to worry about the focusing this much because of our buddy Luis Ruiz went ahead and hooked us up with how I could focus my webcam, because that autofocus was killing us last time. You know what I'm saying? All right, so Finn, I'm gonna try to get famous. Oh yeah, well, yeah, definitely. Treasure Ghost is definitely famous on the he's definitely famous on the live streams because he's always in the house. Angry Hermit says I sleep while doing math. Well, let's not sleep on number 3. And number 3, it says to find percent notation. And here we go, because Mr. Bloom, Paul Bloom, is watching my every move. All right, so that's going to ahead and make me nervous. Oh, that's right. Jay Fantasy's in the house. Yeah, that's my student, guys. Jay Fantasy is currently in my math class. That's right, at Houston Community College. What's going on, Jay Fantasy? In the house, Soft Profit, Airman, Profit Airman TV. Yes, what's going on? Good to see you again. Let's take this 17/25, guys, and change it into percent notation. If you want to convert a fraction into percent notation, simply multiply it by the conversion 100 over 1. This will always give you a percent when you're working with a fraction. So the fraction conversion from fraction notation to percent notation is going to be multiplying it times 100 over 1. So check out what we do here. I'm going to simplify before I multiply. I know that 25 will go into itself once, that 25 will go into 104 times, and then 17 times 4 is going to be 68%. And that is the answer, guys. That's the answer. That's how you do it. Yeah. That's what the deal is. Yeah, Jay Fantasy. We just saw each other last night. Big Fantasy in the house. That's right. So yeah, so we get to see each other face to face all the time. So Jay Fantasy is really cool. And Jay Fantasy told me that he found me online first and then checked out the different schools in the Houston area to find out which school I was teaching at and found the class that I was teaching. It's that type of dedication that makes him a great student. And he's great at participating in class, and he's a good guy, guys. So yeah, check out Jay Fantasy. He's a good person. He's a definitely good person and an excellent student. And I always look forward to checking him out at school. All right. And that's right, Wilson. You get me live on YouTube. There you go. There you go. It's all good. So yeah, so guys, you're all my students, you know what I'm saying? And you guys are teaching me stuff as well. All right, so 68%. So check it out. When you guys have a fraction and you're asked to get percent notation, simply multiply by the conversion 100 over 1 and then simplify that to get your result. So that's one of the fastest ways to convert a fraction into percent. Now, of course, you guys know that you can change your fraction into decimal notation and then move the decimal over 2 places to the right to get percent notation. But for those of you that are not 100% afraid of fractions, go ahead and stick with the fraction, multiply by 100 over 1, and you'll end up with your percent notation a lot faster in most cases. All right. So notice 100 over 1, simplified it, multiplied it, boom, we got our answer and done. And of course, we're going to red box it just like that. All right. There it is. Appreciate that, Fantasy. You know how I like to get my name spelled correctly. WHITT, sir. Get it right. All right. Mr. Witt in the house. All right. So once again, guys, if you could share this stream with you guys, with the people that you know and love, go ahead and share that on your Facebook post. Go ahead and share it on your multimedia I would really, really appreciate that. The more people we're able to help, the better. That is my goal, to help as many people as I can. And I can't help as many people as I can without you guys helping me out as well. Okay, so let's make this a team effort to get this information out to the world as quickly as possible. Make sure that you're liking the video, that you're already subscribed to the YouTube channel Fort Bend Tutoring, and make sure you're commenting. And if you're able, go ahead and throw in a donation, guys, because that helps me do what I do on a regular basis. And once again, you'll have a super chat at the bottom. That is that $ at the bottom of your chat. If you're on a laptop or a desktop, you can click on that and donate whatever you can afford. And I will actually hook you up by putting your name right here on my space if you do a super chat. And you can also donate using the link in the description box. Once again, all proceeds will go to educating the world, guys. Educating the world. And number 4, it says find decimal notation. We have 1 and 29/100%. In order to take a decimal into, in order to take a percent into decimal notation, take that value and move the decimal 2 places to the left. That's it. You're going to plug a 0 right there in any of these little valleys here. This little divot, put a 0 in that. And then I moved my decimal over 2 places to the left. So I'll end up with 129 10,000ths as the result. Yeah, there you go. Saya, you're going to get rich because I want that $10,000 from you. So go out there and make that money, sir. Make that money, Saya. Okay, and bring me some. There you go. Thank you, Royal King, for sharing the video on your Facebook. I appreciate that. Okay. Angry Hermit, that is funny. You are an hermit, therefore you don't know people. That is funny. Okay. Big stuff. Big stuff. All right. So once again, let's check out this process. If you are given a percent, you can take that value once it's in, and notice that we already have it somewhat in decimal notation, but of course it's a percent because of the percent sign. Go ahead and move that decimal 2 places to the left. It is identical. Yes, sarcasm, Angry Hermit. It's all good. Let's see. Omage David says, I love math, but no one is there to help me. I love watching math videos to help myself. Thanks for everything. No problem. I'm here to help, man. And you do have somebody to help you. You got me. You got me. I'm here to help. Okay. All right. So let's recap over the number 4. We had 1 in 29/100%. What we did was, because we already had our decimal showing, we were able to move that decimal 2 places to the left to end up with our answer in decimal notation, which is 129 10,000ths. You can also take values like this and multiply them by 1 over 100 to get them into decimal notation. Use some long division in there, but I'm always going for the simplest way to do things, guys, because I'm pretty much on that lazy side. You know what I'm saying? So, red box it. That's what you gotta do, guys. Just move the decimal 2 places to the left. That's it. That's number 4. That's number 4. That's what you do. Let's move along here. For number 5, it says to find the fraction notation and simplify. Find fraction notation and simplify, and we have 2,250%. And we want to change this into a fraction. All right, first of all, every percent is over 100. Yeah, every percent is over 100. So to start out with 2,250%, we can convert that into fraction notation immediately by simply placing that value over 100. From here, we'll go ahead and simplify this. So for starters, I know that we can reduce both the numerator and the denominator by 10. Let's show that we're going to do that. Okay, so reducing the numerator and the denominator by 10, I'm going to show it this way. I don't want to show it that way. Hold on, let me fix this. Let's show it this way. Let's show that I'm reducing, there we go, the numerator and the denominator by 10, and we'll end up with 225 divided by 10. From here, we can reduce the numerator and the denominator by 5. Okay, so reducing the numerator and the denominator by 5, which means that we could have reduced the original problem by 50. Okay, but I wanted to take my time with it. Okay, and I believe it's going to be 5 times 5. 5 times 75 is 225. And so then you end up with this answer right here. No, that's 3, guys. That's 3. Is it? Let me fix it. Let's find out, guys, because I'm freaking out here. My math is all jumbly. No, that's 45, isn't it? Yep. Not 75. I need to calm down. Something's going on with me. Because this is live, and we don't want to be messing up for the people. Yeah, guys, 225 divided by 5 is 45, and this is going to be over 2, so 45 halves. There you go. The downside of doing things live is I don't get to edit out this stuff when I make mistakes. There you go. So just know that I'm a human being. I will make mistakes, but I'm going to fix it. All right. Thanks, Saya, for that support. There you go. We're not robots. There you go. I don't want to be a robot. I want to be able to make mistakes that I can correct. There you go. All right. So that's the deal. That is the deal. That is the fraction notation. And they did ask us to simplify, and that was it. So 45 halves. Done. John, you think it's more natural and live for me to make mistakes? Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Wilson, I do need the forgiveness. All right. So you guys double check that. Is that okay? I think that's fine now. I think that answer is correct. We started out by placing the original number, that 2,250 over 100. I originally divided it by 10, the numerator and the denominator, and then I came back and divided it again by 5. Now, once again, that meant that we could have originally divided everything by 50, but you already saw how much I was struggling on just dividing by 10 and 5. What's going on, Mr. Witt? You know what I'm saying? All right, so here we go. In our problem number 6, we have to write decimal notation for 15 100,000ths. So we want to go to the 100,000ths place, which is 5 places to the right of the decimal. Yes. No. To the left of the decimal. No. To the right of the decimal. There you go. It's to the right of the decimal. I'm correct. I am correct. Okay. I'm so busy being wrong, I forgot that I could be correct sometimes. So here I have my 15. But this 15 needs to be 5 places away from the decimal. So we're going to have 3 places away, 4 places away, 5 places away. Here's my decimal right here. Done. It's over. It's over. That's it. I'm red boxing this. There you go. Now, for all of you guys that wanted to know, this is the same answer as this answer. They're both 15 100,000ths. You don't have to have that 0, okay, in front of the decimal. Okay, but they're both the same answer. And as I told you guys before, I'm on that lazy side. So, I mean, that's an extra number to write. I mean, why am I writing an extra number when it's not necessary? You see what I'm going with that? You see how I like to, save my time a little bit? All right, so anyway, that was number 6. There you go. So writing decimal notation, you want to pay attention, especially if you have a power of 10 in the denominator, that they're giving you they're giving away the answer. They're letting you guys know the place value. So with this 15 being over 100,000, they're saying that that value in the numerator must be in the 100,000ths place, that the last digit of the number in the numerator must be in the 100,000ths place. And that's exactly what we have. Remember, your place value behind the decimal is the 10ths place, 100ths place, 1,000ths place, 10,000ths place, 100,000ths place. There you go. There you go. All right. You like the way I speak because it's funny, Royal King? It's all about entertaining, sir. I'm entertaining myself, and as a byproduct, you are entertained. That's how this works. As long as I feel like I'm entertaining myself, I believe that some of you guys will be entertained. It says in Europe we write it. Oh yeah, with the commas. That's right. Yeah. So in Europe, guys, there you go. Saya, keep me honest. In Europe, you would have the 0, the comma, 00015. There you go. In Europe, y'all would get down like that. That's a first, Saya. For me to write the answer as you guys do in Europe in a video. I've never done that before. All right. Good stuff. So yeah, so for all you Europeans, there you go. So you guys use commas instead of the decimals, the decimal points. All right. Nice. That's awesome. All right. Thanks, Saya. All right. Good stuff. See, you guys get to help me out doing this stuff. That's why I love doing the live streams, because you guys get to help me in my shortcomings. Number 7, it says to solve the problem, round to the nearest unit. So when they say the nearest unit, they're meaning that they wanted to be to the whole number, to the nearest whole number. That's what they mean by the nearest unit. Okay, so to the ones place, that's where you want to go to as far as your rounding is concerned. So it says that's why you're the best, because I make math fun. Yeah, man. You got to have fun in life, man. And you guys, you know what? My biggest secret is, I can tell you guys, is that I am here to remind you that because of your free will, that you have the ability to choose what your level of happiness is. You don't have to be sad. And a lot of times people think that's harder than what it is, but you can choose to be a happy person. You can choose to be a fun person because you are in control of you. So just keep that in mind. All right, good deal. So moving along, the way I'm going to solve this problem is going to be using percent proportion. And your percent proportion says that if you have it set up as is over of equals to the percent over 100, that we can solve a problem just like this. All right. So I'm using what is called the percent proportion. All right. Yeah. And that's true, Angry Hermit. You can ignore the negative, and I'm sure you're having an easy time with that, being as though you don't associate with people, you know, being a hermit and all. You can ignore all of the negative. But what about the negative within, Angry Hermit? How do you ignore that? Huh? There you go. Oh, Royal King, I believe that you are the funniest person at your school. I have no doubt about that. I have no doubt about that if I can get my words together. Royal King. Hey guys, what you want to do is this. The easiest thing to identify for our percent proportion is the percent. Okay, because it's obvious. It has a percent sign on it, right? So let's go ahead and start by placing the 4 over 100. So you simply place the value that is your percent over 100. Then, as far as your is value is concerned, that's the number next to the word is. It can't be the number 4 because that was our percent, correct? So the is value is the 22 in this case. So I'll put 22 in the numerator there. Then the word what is going to be your variable. Okay, so there you go. You're gonna, oh, that is awesome, angry Hermit. You're gonna flush it out of your system. That's what's up. Evilise, you're absolutely right. I'm trying to be a motivational speaker. Absolutely, you got it. I am wearing multiple hats right now. You know, I'm capable of doing more than one thing at once. So then we have this what being our x. So this is how we're able to translate our percent problem into a percent proportion. And from here, guys, remember, I'm going to go ahead and put on this lazy hat again, and I'm going to be able to simplify the fraction on the right side first. So I'm going to reduce this fraction on the right side by 4. Okay, because why do I need to deal with large numbers unnecessarily? I don't. I can reduce the right side by 4 and make this into 1/25. There you go. You see? So now that I've reduced the right side, now I'm going to cross multiply, aka I'm going to use the extremes means method. So anytime I have a fraction set equal to another fraction, we can go ahead and use the extremes means method, aka cross multiply. And then by multiplying here, I'll have x times 1 is x, of course. And then 25 times 22. Oh, shoot. I don't know what that is. Let's figure it out, guys. 25 times 22. Okay, there you go. 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 All right. Is that 550, guys? Is that 550? Is that right? Is this correct? Talk to me here. Yeah? Okay, say it says yes, 550. There we go. Done and done. So if we were to take 4% of 550, we would end up with 22. All right, good job, Saya. Thank you for having my back on that. Appreciate it. Let's go ahead and red box it. Just like that. So that is using percent proportion. I have a video on this topic, guys. So if you want to check out, thanks, Wilson. If you want to check out the percent proportion in multiple examples, check out our video on solving percent problems using percent proportion and algebraic translation. That is already on the channel. There you go. So there is a whole video just on these type of problems, guys. Just letting you know. All right, so that's problem number 7. Thank you guys once again. Have my back on these problems, guys. Have my back. Remember, I'm doing it live. Max, that's right. I love red boxing it. And speaking of which, Max, if you like red boxing it that much, you can go ahead and get our t-shirt. Check out our link in the description box where you can get a t-shirt that says red boxing it. All right, let everybody know that you support Forbidden Tutoring. All right. Problem number 8, we have find the prime factorization of 90. Find the prime factorization of 90. Now, there's a couple of ways to go about finding this. All right. There's a couple of ways of finding your prime factorization. The first way I'm going to do is the factor tree. There you go. Factor tree. Just take two numbers that don't include 1 that are products that are factors of 90. Okay. 2 things that can help you multiply to give you 90. That's right. Red boxing is the best part. Absolutely. Red boxing it. All right. So I'm going to go with just something simple, right? Let's go with 9 times 10. Then we can find factors of 9, which are 3 and 3, right? We can find factors of 10, which are 2 and 5. And now that you have this set up, then the prime factorization of 90 is 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. And you would want to simplify this, guys, and write it as 2 times 3 squared times 5. And this is the prime factorization of 90. Yep, just like that. Red boxing it. All right, let's see what Soft Pro Fit Airman says. Mr. Witt, I'm currently making a software which I call computerized examination system that can generate math questions randomly. That is awesome. Can I embed your video to my project? Thanks for all the tutorials. Absolutely, Soft Pro Fit Airman. I actually have some ideas on an app, but I do not currently know how to code for apps. If you want to collaborate on that, just send me an email. All right, to Fort Bend Tutor, FBT at tutormemath.net. Go to the website, and then you can find out the email address. Okay, and the links to all that stuff is on the main Fort Bend Tutoring YouTube channel as well. Soft Pro Fit Airman TV. So if you want to collaborate in conjunction with Fort Bend Tutoring, you can do it that route, or you do have permission to embed the videos from Fort Bend Tutoring. That is fine. All right, just as long as they're the original links, though, Soft Pro Fit Airman. Okay. So as long as it's a direct embed, not you downloading it and then having it on your own system to do that. It needs to be still linked to YouTube, and you do have permission to do that. All right, there you go. Red box that, Royal King. You got that right. Problem number 9, guys. Okay, and that was just one way to approach that problem for number 8, guys. I do have a video on prime factorization if you want to see the other method to find the prime factorization of 90. But one quick way to do it is to use a factor tree, as you saw in problem number 8. Done and done. Problem number 9 is up. Problem number 9 is up. Okay, we have fine decimal notation. We have 5/11ths. 5/11. So for this problem, we're going to go ahead and use long division. And the reason for that is, notice that our denominator of 11 is going to be really extremely almost impossible to make that denominator a power of 10. Okay, that'll be at least something useful, right? So let's go ahead and just use some long division here. Let's have 11 going into 5. Okay, I kind of made that too high up. So let's move it down a little bit. Let's move it down. There we go. Let's make some room here. There we go. And so we're going to do this. Yeah, you love the long division. Well, let's get to it. Say 11 goes into 5. It won't, but I can show my decimal, bring my decimal up, add a 0 if I need to. And 11 won't go into 5. And we can show that it goes in there 0 times, but it will go into 50 4 times. So we'll end up with 44 here. And then you'll subtract. That'll be a 6. You can add another 0. And then 11 goes into 65 times, right? There you go. And so that'll be 55. And then you'll subtract, have a 5. We'll just bring it over here. And then you can add another 0 here. There you go. And then 11 will go into 50. What was that? 4 times again. There you go. Right? And this will keep on doing what, guys? It'll keep on repeating. The 4 and the 5 keeps on repeating on and on and on. So what we do as mathematicians and math students is we use what is called the repeating decimal bar only above the part that repeats. So we end up with 4,500s repeating. And that is the answer. Red boxing it, ladies and gentlemen, right there in real time with Mr. Witt and FBT, Fort Bend Tutoring. That's what's up, guys. Yeah. What do you think about that? That wasn't bad, huh? That was pretty cool. So we used long division in this problem because we were unable to quickly convert the denominator into a power of 10 as we were in our previous problem that we changed into decimal notation. So using long division, we show where our decimal was, okay, right after the 5, and we brought it up, and then we added a 0, and you went through the long division process until we realized that the 4 and 5 repeated, kept repeating. There you go. There you go. And then you identify the part that keeps repeating, all right, in its simplest form. So we only needed 1 4 and 1 5 right behind each other to do that. And then we use the repeating decimal bar right above it. Say the app that I'm using right now is called Pen Ultimate by Evernote. Nicole says, will you be doing any live reviews for algebra? Absolutely. Absolutely. So we're going to be going in order, Nicole. After we do 2 videos on this, then we'll do 2 videos on pre-algebra final exam for college. And then we'll go into intermediate algebra, the last developmental mathematics class for college. And then we'll do a college algebra 1, which does algebra, obviously. So you'll get it right then and there with the college algebra 1. And then after the college algebra final exams, we'll go into 8th grade final exam. And then we'll do algebra 1. So you'll get algebra 1 again, Nicole, some double and triple doses of algebra. Then we'll do geometry, okay, for Angerhammer. And then after that, we'll be doing algebra 2. Yeah, so we're just going to be doing a whole lot of final exam reviews over the next for the next couple of months. Yeah. You said, why do we call it algebra 1 and algebra 2, John? Because for the high schools have broken up algebra into several courses. So normally in 9th grade, the average freshman in high school, at least in Texas, takes algebra 1 first. Then for their sophomore year, they'll take geometry. And then for their junior year, they'll take algebra 2. And then for their last year, they will go into a class called pre-calculus, which is a hybrid of college algebra and trigonometry. There you go. Evilise, do I have a video explaining the square root problems? Absolutely. So look up the playlist called Radicals. There's a Radicals playlist that has all of that stuff in there for square roots. So check that out. And also, if you're looking for the square root property, you can look under the solving a quadratic equation playlist, Evilise. So yes, there are videos for those types of problems. In problem number 10, guys, we have a review to cover. Problem number 10, it says, find the LCM of the set of numbers 24 and 32. So we're going to be using prime factorization to assist us in this process. So the least common multiple is the first multiple that 24 and 32 have in common. Now you can go through all the multiples of 24, then go through all the multiples of 32, but that's going to be a little time consuming during an exam, guys. So I am going to show you how I use prime factorization to solve this. So using a factor tree, the prime factorization of 24 would be 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. Whereas for 32, the prime factorization would be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. All right. In other words, it is 2 to the 5th power. Okay. So with that being the case, all you have to do for your LCM is take the highest amount of factors that occur in one factorization. For instance, in 24, we have 3 2's, don't we? Whereas in 32, we have 5 2's, right? So what we want is the 5 2's as well as the 1 3. So for each unique factor, you take the highest amount of times it occurs in one factorization. So since 2 occurred at the most in the prime factorization 5 times, I need to have 5 of these 2's over here. Okay. Then because the factor 3 only occurred once, all right, the highest amount that occurred in one prime factorization was 1 time, I only need 1 3. So this product of 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 is going to give me the first number that 24 and 32 will be able to go into evenly. All right. In other words, the least common multiple, the LCM. And so therefore my answer here is 96. That's it. 96 is the first multiple that 24 and 32 have in common. Royal King, the app Penultimate is only for the iPad. So that may be why you're not being able to find it. So it's called Penultimate by Evernote. And just to be honest with you guys, the version of Penultimate that I'm using is not available anymore. It's a much older version, a version that I prefer when compared to the version that they have right now. That's not, this is a better version for what I'm doing. So I have that's right, Evernote Penultimate. This is a much older version of Penultimate, and it's the version that works best for what I'm doing. The version that they have available now does not perform or have the functions that I have in this one. I wish they would revert back to the version that I'm using. If I were able to sway them in any way, I would say, guys, your best version of Penultimate is the version that I'm using. You need to revert back to this one because the one that you're using is not so cool. Thanks. All right, so get that message out to Evernote, guys. Maybe they can make that change. You know what I'm saying? All right. Here we go. For problem number 11, we're going to round 8 and 4,426 10,000ths to the nearest hundredth. Remember that your hundredths place is going to be right here where that second 4 is. And we want to round this number to the nearest hundredths place. In order to round, guys, we're always looking to the right of that place value that we want to round to. So since I want to round to the hundredths place, which is where that second place to the right of the decimal, I want to round the number to this place value right here. You look to the right of that place value, and if that place value is less than 5, we do something called rounding down. In other words, where all these values become 0, they zero out the digits behind that rounding place value. They'll zero out, and you'll just keep what you have. Whereas if that value is at least 5, if this 2 was a 5, we would round up, okay? We would round up, meaning that we would add 1 to that hundredths place value, and then once again, the remaining digits will become 0. So it works like this. Since my value to the right of the place value that I need is less than 5, I'll be rounding down. So I'll end up with 8 and 44 hundredths as my result. Once again, if that value was a number that was at least 5, instead of that being a 2, if it was 5 or more, I would be adding 1 to that 4 to give me 8 and 45 hundredths. So in this case, we end up with 8 and 44 hundredths, and that is the answer. Angry Hermit is correct. Max is correct. Royal King is correct. Very good, guys. Very good. You guys are on point. Good stuff. Let's keep it moving. We are going to add the following numbers together. We have 205 and 8 tenths plus 7 hundredths plus 64 and 7 hundredths plus 58 plus 9 and 3 tenths. We are adding these decimals together. And remember, anytime that you're adding or subtracting decimals, you must align the decimals before you perform your operation. So the only time you do not have to do that is when you're using division and multiplication. All right, you don't have to line up the decimals when dividing or multiplying decimals, but when you're adding or subtracting decimals, you must line up the decimals before you get to doing your operation. And the operation that we're doing right now is addition. Thank you. Okay, so let's go ahead and show this. We have the following numbers that we'll be adding together. We have 205 and 8 tenths. Yeah, I have 0 and 7 hundredths. Yeah, I have 64 and 7 hundredths. There you go. I have 58. And I have 9 and 3 tenths. And what I would like to do now, guys, is show that I am aligning these decimals together. All right. Let's show that I'm lining up these decimals. So I have a decimal after the 8 there. I'm going to also make sure that I have all of the place values showing so I can have everything aligned. Okay, and I can even go crazy on this, guys, if I wanted to. Okay, so to make sure that I have everything really lined up, I can do this. Just to make sure that all of my digits are aligned. That's right, Saya. Everything must be under each other. So that's why I'm making sure that everything is lined up. If I wanted to go extreme on this, guys, I could go ahead and put something in the hundreds place if I wanted to. Therefore, making sure that everything is lined up, and all I have to do is vertically add all of my values together. So here I have 7 and 7, that gives me 14. I'm going to carry the 1. I have 1 and 8, that gives me 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. We're going to carry the 1 right here, guys. Then I have 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 and 17 give me 27, right? So I'm going to carry that 2. 2 plus 6 gives me 8. 8 plus 5 is going to be 13. Carry that 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. We end up with 337. All right. And 24 hundredths. Did I forget something, guys? Because somebody got something else different from mine. All right. I had to carry the 1, right? So 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 plus 8 is 18. 18 plus 9 is 27. Right? Okay. No problem, no problem. Just making sure. All right, so Royal King had to make a correction. No problem. I just want to make sure I was right, guys. So John King says that I am correct. All right, I'll take that correct answer there. We have 337 and 24 hundredths. Now, remember, that's why I went ahead and took the extra precautions of placing all of those zeros, those insignificant zeros there, to make sure that all of my numbers were aligned so that I could have things organized in my process. Now, remember, guys, I'm dealing with the tech on this end. I'm dealing with you guys on this end, and I'm doing the math on this end. John Smith said 9,000. That was funny. That was funny, John. Thanks. And you end up with 337 and 2400s. All right, good deal. All right, so just another reminder, guys, to share this video with your people, except for Angry Hermit, because Angry Hermit doesn't have any people. And also, you want to, like the video, and also make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. And in addition to that, guys, once again, just making a plug for the assistance from you. If you guys are able, go ahead and donate, because that helps Fort Bend Tutoring reach more people with free math tutorials. All right, there we go. Let's move on to the next problem. Good deal. We have problem number 13. In problem number 13, we're subtracting. We have 13 and 3500s minus 6 and 267 thousandths. There you go. That's right, Royal King. The first live video. There you go. The first video, and you're right here with me. That's right. With FBT. And because we're subtracting, we're going to make sure that the decimals are lined up, guys. Remember, you cannot add or subtract decimal notation without aligning the decimals in the process. All right, so let's go ahead and set it up. We have 13 and 3500ths. We have minus 6 and 267 thousandths. I'm lining up the decimals. I'm also showing that insignificant digit there to keep all of my place values lined up, guys. Yeah? Now, I can't take 7 from 0. I'll need to borrow. And when I'm borrowing, okay, the 5 becomes a 4 and the 0 becomes a 10. See, in other words, I'm borrowing 10 units from the tens place. Okay, so for every digit in the tens place, all right, or in this place, you know, if you're looking at it from left to right, or in this case, it's the in the hundredths place. For every digit in the hundredths place, I have 10 thousandths. Okay, I have 10 thousandths. 10, 1 unit of a thousandth. Anyway, you guys know what I mean. You need, when you borrow, you're gonna borrow 10. There you go. There you go. All right. My tongue is getting tied. Tongue tied. You know what? I need some orange juice. There it is. Minute Maid's in the house. I really need to reach out to Minute Maid and make them a sponsor. And remember, the orange juice is with no pulp. No pulp, man. Can't be getting stuff in your teeth. 10 minus the 7 is 3. We're going to borrow from this 3 here. That'll make it at a 2. That'll make our 4 14. And 14 minus 6 is 8. 2 minus 2 is 0. We need to borrow from the 1. That becomes a 0. The 3 becomes a 13. 13 minus 6 is 7. We end up with 7 and 83 thousandths, ladies and gentlemen. Done. John, I do not drink coffee. I am not a coffee drinker. I am also not a tea drinker either. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I don't drink coffee, don't drink tea, don't drink alcohol. I drink water, orange juice, apple juice. I like Hawaiian punch, the original flavor, the fruit punch flavor. And I also like root beer. Root beer goes hard. Favorite root beer is Barks. There you go. Royal King was about to write that answer. Good job, Royal King. I'm glad you got the same answer as I did. Yep. There you go. That's what Mr. Witt drinks. Done. Hey, number 14, we're multiplying decimals now. And remember, when you're multiplying decimals, you do not have to align the decimals. That is only a coincidence in this problem that your decimals are aligned. They do not have to be aligned. What needs to be aligned is the last digit in each number. So make sure that the last digit in each number is aligned when you are multiplying decimals. Angry Hermit says that root beer supposedly has a carcinogen. Really? Carcinogens, aren't those things that cause cancer? Isn't that what that means? Angry Hermit? If so, that's not good. I don't want to get cancer. I don't want to get the cancer. All right, yeah. Angry Hermit says yes, that may cause cancer. That's not cool. Well, Angry Hermit, that's a bummer because I really like my root beer. Okay? So thanks for putting a rain cloud on my drinking activities. Thanks, ma'am. All right, so multiply. We have 87 and 8 tenths. Oh, it's in the coloring for the dark brown soda. Oh my God! See, if they don't have to use the brown coloring. I don't need that. I just like the taste. So you're saying that the root beer doesn't even have to be that color? That's great. They can not use that color, and I'll drink it just fine for the taste. So 87 and 8/10 times 2 and 1/10. We're going to be multiplying here. And mind you, I'm going to ignore the decimals during this process until the end. So here's the deal. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 7 is 7. 1 times 8 is 8. And then I like to use a placeholder. I just use a little dot there. Some people put zeros there or nothing at all or a dash. I like a little dot. That's what I like to use. I'm going to move over to the ones place now. I have 2 times 8, which is 16. I'm going to carry this 1 here. 2 times 7 is 14, plus the 1 gives me 15. I bring down my 5. I'm going to carry that 1. Paul Bloom, how am I doing? How am I doing? 2 times 8 is 16, plus the 1 is going to be 17. All right, we'll be adding this together now, guys. We'll have 8. That's 13. Carry the 1. It's going to be 14. Carry the 1. That's going to be 8. I bring down that 1. I don't like this 8, guys. I'm going to fix this 8 because that 8 is ugly. Better 8 right there. That's what's going on. All right. Then I'm going to be moving the decimal, all right, from the right, the total amount of values I have behind the decimals in the original problem. Notice that I have 1, 2 places behind the decimal combined in our original problem. So I start from the right and I move the decimal over 1, 2 places to the left. So I end up with an answer of 184 and 38 hundredths. Guys, let me know if this is the right answer or if I made a boo-boo. All right. So John Smith said that he got a 180. He said he got 184 and 38 hundredths. That's exactly what I got, John Smith. And you guys let me know. All right. Keep me in the know if that is correct. All right. So Royal King, check out how we went about doing that. We started out with that 1. In the tens place, we multiplied 1 times 8 to get 8, 1 times 7 to get 7, 1 times 8 to get 8. Then we brought down a placeholder to move over to the ones place. And then we moved, and then we multiplied by 2. So we had 2 times 8 was 16. We carried that 1. 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 gave us 15. We then carried that 1 and had 2 times 8, which is 16, plus the 1, which gave us 17. That's right, Tanya. Math is in the house. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard, Tanya. That's right. That's what we're doing live. And we're doing a math review. All right. So Royal King figured it out. He saw what he did wrong. Okay. So he won't make that mistake in the future. That's right. Smiley face. Right back at you, Royal King. Right back at you. What's up, Max? I just want to say your tutorials have helped me say, hey, Max, my pleasure. And by the way, Max Lamont, my middle name is Lamont. That's what's up. My middle name is Lamont. That is a true fact. Let's see here. I'm a young musician, actor, dancer, etc. So I work hard. All right. Good deal, man. That is awesome, Max. I'm proud of you. Keep it up. All right. Well, I will. If you got it hooked up to your YouTube, I'll check it out. Tanya says, oh my gosh, I watch your channel all the time in my class and all your videos are so amazing, so helpful. Thank you, Tanya. I want you to tell your class I said what it do. Yeah, that's right, Tanya. So Tanya Neely's class, what's up? How you doing? All right, so there you go. It's on record, Tanya. It is on record that I'm calling out your class and telling everybody in your class, what's up? All right, there you go. I'm glad you. Oh, and tell your teacher, thanks a lot. If your teacher is broadcasting my videos, let your teacher know that I said thank you. But if you guys are finding me on your own, all the same, thank you, Tanya, and your class. You guys are awesome, and I hope they were helpful. Thank you. All right, let's check out number 15, guys. For number 15, it says, from a 4/5 pound package of ground beef, a 1/4 pound hamburger was made. How much ground beef is left in the package? So we started out with almost a full pound, all right, of ground beef. And we took from that almost full pound of beef, we took a quarter pound. A quarter pound hamburger was made. So it's asking us how much ground beef is left. So we need to do subtraction. That's right, John. You can't come in here with your empty stomach. You got to come in well fed, sir. All right. Make sure that you're well fed, because we may be talking about anything in here, especially food and an orange juice. All right. Let me take another sip while I'm at it. All right, good stuff. So this is going to be a subtraction problem, right? Angry Hermit, I'm not sure, but I think the nitrites in ground beef also cause cancer. Oh my God, Angry Hermit, I'm going to die one of these days. You're absolutely right. But I will be getting down on some of those hamburgers, okay? So I'm just gonna have to play around with death a little bit. Because the hamburgers, I will continue to digest them. All right, something's on here. There we go. Had to clean it off, guys. All right, so here we go. Let's hook this up. Yeah, exactly, Royal King. Yeah, basically, you waking up in the morning causes cancer. There you go. So we can't wake up in the morning anymore because you'll get cancer from it. All right. So here's the deal. We have 4/5 minus 1/4. That is the deal. We have subtraction going on, guys. And if we're subtracting fractions, we got to have a common denominator, and preferably the least common denominator. So what is the first number that 5 and 4 will go into evenly? The LCM for 5 and 4. Remember that process that we did a few problems back? Well, the first number that 5 and 4 have in common as a common multiple, that would be 20. That's right, Nicole. So I'm going to go ahead and have my problem set up with denominators of 20, but we must also have what is called equivalent fractions before we subtract. That means that if we had to multiply 5 by 4 originally, we had to multiply the numerator by that same value. So 4 times 4 is 16/20. In other words, 16/20 is the same fraction in value as 4/5. It just looks different. But they are equivalent fractions because they have the same result. If we were to find the decimal notation for 4/5 as well as the decimal notation for 16/20, we would end up with the same decimal, the exact same value. But we need to have common denominators as well as equivalent fractions with those common denominators in order to subtract this problem. So we had to multiply 4 times 5 in the denominator of that second fraction. So 1 times 5 is 5. So we have 16/20 minus 5/20 to give us 11/20 as our answer. Very good, Saya. Very good, Angry Hermit. Awesome. Wonderful. And guys, just keep in mind that I understand for most of you, hey, it's all good, Royal King, that for most of you, the mathematics that we're doing right now is very elementary, but that's the purpose of this, that we're starting out from the basics and we'll be building our way up, therefore carrying the whole team with us. So we had to make sure that we left no one behind, and we're going to start out with the basic final exams and work our way all the way up. So for those of you that are starting out with me today, if you stick with me, then you'll be able to pick up on a lot of these math concepts along the way, and eventually we'll be able to do the higher level mathematics courses together. Okay? That's the whole goal. That's why I'm starting out at the bottom. So if any of you are coming in from a trig class, a calculus class, anything like that, you will still be able to gain some of your fundamentals by doing that. All right, Wanye, what's going on? Glad you could join us today, Wanye. That's pretty clever how you have your name Juan with a yay, Wanye Clay. Appreciate that. Taylor B is lit. What's going on, Taylor B? What's going on? Let's go on to this next problem here. Okay, let's check it out. In number 16, it says, in a group of 100 people, 60 work full time. What percent do not work full time? When it comes to you finding a percent, okay, basically it's the part that you need divided by the total times 100 will give us the percent that we want. And so basically, if I know that I started out with a group of 100 people, right, and I know that 60 of those people work full time, I know that in order to find out the part that I need to subtract first. I need to say that the 100 minus the 60 will leave me with 50 that do not work full time, because in my percentage here, the part that I want is the people that don't work full time. So with that known, we're going to be going with 40 over the total of 100 times 100, which is over 1. I'm going to simplify before I multiply, knowing that those 100s go into themselves to give me 40%. John Smith, check out the fact that they said that they wanted the percent of people that do not work full time. That's right. So it's 40%. Angry Hermit, is it just me or is the screen blurred? I think I have everything in focus for the most part. Angry Hermit, is anybody having an issue with the blurriness of the screen? Could I take 60%? then subtract that from 100. You would say 100% minus that percentage. Yes, you could if you wanted to do it into a multi-step problem. Yeah. Thank you. The screen is fine. Appreciate that. Cool. It could be your network. Angry Hermit is what your people in the chat are saying. Thank you guys for that clarification. Wanted to make sure that things. Thank you, Angry Hermit. Cool, because the whole point was to tighten things up on my end. Thanks, Taylor B, for checking up on me on that. That it looks fine to you. Excellent. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, John Smith. What I like to do when I'm approaching problems like that is I like the students, the mathematicians, the math students, to always be focused on the prize. And at the beginning, they stated that they did not want the full-time workers. They one of the ones that were not full-time workers. So I would rather focus on what I actually want. It's not that your strategy would not work. It just doesn't have necessarily our end goal in mind at the beginning. And as an instructor, I want the student to be focused on the prize. And the prize is the percent of people that do not work full-time. All right. But your process will work for you. Okay, and that's part of the beauty of mathematics, that as long as you're using mathematical properties and concepts that have been proven and that are mathematically correct, that you can be creative in your process, John. All right. So a lot of times you'll see me do methods and strategies on problems that you may not like or may not use, and you have the freedom to use those methods as long as they are mathematically sound. All right. So here in problem number 17, we have this following problem. We have 44 over 196 equals to 11 over x. This is guys, this is a situation where we have a proportion. And anytime you have a fraction set equal to another fraction, you can use what is called the extremes means method. In other words, you can cross multiply. But one thing I want to tell you guys is that you are able to simplify this equation before you begin. As long as you are simplifying vertically, you can simplify this equation before we begin. And this 44 over 196, those numbers are way too big for me. I hate them. The numbers are crazy big. And what I do know is that 44 and 196, those numbers can both be divided by 4. So I'm going to simplify this first. Okay. So check this out. I'm going to simplify the 44 by 4. And I'm going to simplify the 196 by 4. Because you can always reduce this vertically when you're dealing with a proportion. So 44 divided by 4 is 11, right? And then 4 goes into 196. Let's see here. Let me get my lie right. That's going to be 49 times. Is that correct, guys? 196 divided by 4, is that 49? Can y'all give me an A-OK on that? All right, thank you, Angry Hermit. So what you should notice at this point is there are two ways to solve this problem at this point. Okay? By simplifying this, I help myself. So here's the deal. Notice that our numerators are both 11, right? If these are equal to one another, then that means that x has to equal to 49. So we can just call this done already. Okay? We can just call that done right there. Because my numerators are identical to each other. And because of the equal sign, what's on the left must equal to what's on the right. So if the numerators are the same, the denominators must be the same. So therefore, x has to equal to 49. However, you could have continued this cross multiplication process. And you could have said 11 times x is 11x. Okay, you could have said 49 times 11 is whatever that product is, but let's be even lazier than that and just show that we would have the product of 49 times 11. With this, I will divide both sides by 11, guys. My 11s will cancel out. I have my variable x equals to these 11s cancel out. I still get 49. You can't stop this answer from being what it is. It is 49, and I got it in a red box. How you like that? All right. So how many people were unaware that you could simplify the original proportion before you cross multiplied? How many people knew that? All right. Taylor B says, okay, you never was taught that. Exactly. See, that's why we're doing the foundational things together first, guys, so that I can give you some good tips and strategies that you can use going forward. And you can even carry over into your more complicated courses. You see, by learning, let me get my words together. By learning to manipulate the numbers, the equations, the expressions together, you will have more control over your problems in math and life, as well as learn how to control your test anxiety, math anxiety, anxiety in general, because you need to realize that you are in control. All right, there you go. There you go. You are the manipulator in this problem. That was problem number 17, guys. In a red box. Like that. All right. Say is in the house. That's how I learned. There you go. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. Problem number 17 is in the house. Good stuff. Remember, guys, please share this stream with somebody that you know, that you love, that you hate. All right. That you know in general. Share this with your class. Tell them about Fort Bend tutoring and how much help we're trying to do for everybody out there. All right. Spread the word, guys. I need your help in that. Spread the word. Number 18. It says, when necessary, round to the nearest hundredth. What is 4% of 2,500? Let me read it again because I kind of messed it up. What is 4% of 2,500 is what we have as a question. Okay. And the first time we approached a problem like this, I showed you how to solve it using percent proportion. This time, I'm going to show you how to solve the problem using algebraic translation. The word what is your variable. The word is the equal sign. We're going to convert 4% into a decimal. So remember, we're going to move that decimal 2 places to the left. So I'll end up with 4 hundredths. The word of means to multiply 2,500. And this is how you can convert. This is how you can translate that percent problem into an algebraic equation. Once again, the first time we did a problem like this in today's tutorial, in today's final exam review, I showed you how to attack the problem using percent proportion. Today, right now, this very minute, in problem number 18, I'm going to use what is called algebraic translation. Once again, I have a video on both concepts, both strategies. All right, it's called solving percent proportions using algebraic translation and percent proportion. So check that video out if you want to see more examples like this. All right, good deal. All right, there you go. Taylor B. Whether you forgot or you were never taught, I'm here to catch the slack. There you go. So let's multiply this out, guys. We have our value of x equals 2. Let's go ahead and see. 2,500 times 400, as I told you before, when multiplying with decimals, you align the last digits together, not the decimals, okay? So here you go. So you're going to have 4 times 0 is 0, 4 times 0 is 0, 4 times 5 is 20, carry the 2, 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 gives me 10, and I have 2 places behind the decimal, start from the right. You got 1, 2, you end up with 100 as your result. Is this correct, guys? Is 100 my answer? Angry Hermit says it's 100. Awesome. Shrek 2. You can do that on your own time. But thank you for chiming in. I appreciate it. All right. Good deal. That is good. Oh, and by the way, Shrek 2, if you keep that up, I'm going to have to block you. All right. So be nice. Okay. Be nice. All right. Good deal. All right, we're gonna give Shrek 2 an opportunity to get right, and if not, then we will just boot him. What do you guys say? Do we boot him now, or we give him a chance to get right? Okay. All right. Shrek 2 said they're gonna pay attention. All right. Good deal. You know what, Saya? Let's see here. Saya, I'm gonna make you a moderator. All right. All right, cool. So Saya, you're a moderator. Let's see. Angry Hermit is a moderator. Okay, so you guys have the power to boot. All right, there you go. There you go. It's all good. It's all good. So there you go. You guys have the power now. All right, so done and done. Good deal. All right, so you'll give one more chance. All right, that's up to you guys. You guys handle that stuff. We never had that issue before, and we like our jokes. It's all good. We like our jokes, Shrek 2. But like I said, we got people of all ages here, man. We're just trying to keep it cool. All right, so we got problem number 18 is done, and now we are problem number 19. So problem number 19, it says to identify the numerator and the denominator. Okay, guys, this is an easy problem here, right? This is just dealing with our foundations of fractions. When they are asking for the numerator, they're simply requesting the value on top, right, above the fraction bar. So let's just go ahead and make this official here. Let's go ahead and say that we have a numerator. Okay, and our numerator will simply be 9. Going for the denominator. The denominator, ladies and gentlemen, is just a number in the denominator. It's just on the bottom. The denominator is 7. That's it. That's all we got. So that was an easy problem, right? That was an easy problem. But remember, today and going forward, we're just starting out with foundational problems that you'll find in final reviews, and then going forward. Okay, so just wanted to make sure that we can identify those parts. And also, ladies and gentlemen, you should also know this. For those of you that thought that that was a wasted problem, okay, let me verify why we have that in this lesson today and why it's on this final exam. The reason why is because not only do you need to know how to do the operations in mathematics, you also need to know the language of mathematics. So many of you may have no issues adding and subtracting, multiplying, dividing fractions, but may not know the names of the individual parts of those fractions. So this is just to verify that you understand the vocabulary when you're dealing with mathematics and mathematical problems. Okay, so here's the deal. Yeah, you can never be too thorough. That's right, Angry Hermit. So here we have our numerator is 9, the denominator is 7. That's just to let you know the locales of these values within the fraction. Done and done. Good stuff. You can never be too thorough. That's right. All right. Got my moderators chiming in. Appreciate that. Good deal. Let's move on to problem number 20. Okay. And for this problem, ladies and gentlemen, just to let you guys know that this will be the last problem, all right, for our final exam review for part 1. That's why we'll have a part 2 on Saturday. So on Saturday, you can expect part 2 of this final exam review. And then the following final review from there is going to be pre-algebra. It's going to be pre-algebra. So we're going to do number 20. Don't go just yet, say if you don't have to. If not, take care. I understand. But then we're going to be doing part 2 on Saturday and going from there. So we did 20 problems today. We're going to do 20 problems today. And then the part 2 will be on Saturday. And after that, we'll go into the pre-algebra final exam, which is also known as Math 0409. All right. My pleasure, Angry Hermit. My pleasure. And I appreciate all you guys chiming in today. It is my pleasure. Wanye says you're about to leave and just wanted to thank you for helping me with your pre-cal class. My pleasure, Wanye. It's all good. All right, it's all good. So we're going to keep this going, guys, for the months to come. And we're just going to be doing nothing but final exam reviews every Thursday and Saturday for the next few months, okay? As people are closing out their school years, whether it be in college or high school, we're going to hit up most of those classes that you guys will have. All right, good stuff. So almost, oh my God, almost 1.5 live. All right, there you go. Time, yeah, exactly. Time goes by fast. That's right. So here, we're going to start out with this problem here. And this problem also, thank you, Royal King. This problem here deals with the order of operations. So not only are we dealing with decimals, we are dealing with the order of operations. So as we go into this problem, knowing that we have addition and division in this problem, you guys need to know that the first operation we need to do is division. Yeah. Division is the first thing we need to do. So we will be ignoring that addition problem first. Okay. There you go. So you pay attention. Oh, so you paid attention to problem number 20. All right. So there it is. So now let's divide this. All right. Because you need to find out the division before the addition on this. All right. So yeah, it helps you study for the ASVAB. Awesome. I also, Key Couture, I also have a ASVAB playlist that you can check out. All right. That's right. And also, guys, if you want to get a refresher on the order of operations, check out our videos called PEMDAS is Wrong, Part 1 and Part 2. So I have plenty of examples of the order of operations. That's right, John Smith. I mentioned the fact that you guys call it BEDMAS in my Part 2 video of PEMDAS is Wrong. I talk about all the different ways that people use those mnemonics to refer to the order of operations and why I think they may be doing more harm to the masses of students that are taught that way than good. Yeah. So check out what I have to say on, once again, those PEMDAS is Wrong videos, Part 1 and Part 2. There you go. All right. So we're going to start off with this, finding out what the quotient is. So I have 200s going into 4 and 5300s. We need to move the decimal over twice on the outside. So therefore, we'll move the decimal over twice within the dividend. And then 2 goes into 4 twice. That's going to be 4. I'll bring down my 5 here. 2 goes into 5 twice. That's going to be 4. We'll subtract, bring down the 1 and the 3. 2 goes into 13 16 times. And then we'll have a 12 here. We'll bring down a 1 and a 0. Add a 0 here. And we have 2 going into 10 5 times. And then it terminates at this point, right, guys? So now we end up with that 226 and 5/10. We need to add that to the 973 thousandths. That's right. Good stuff. Shanette, thank you so much for chiming in. I appreciate you. All right. Thanks for telling me that I'm helping you, because that's my goal. That is my goal. Hey, thank you, Saya, for putting in that link. All right. And checking out that PEMDAS is wrong video, either part 1 or part 2. Good deal. Thank you, Saya. Awesome. So here we're going to have the 226 and 5/10, taking advantage of those moderator tools that you have at your disposal there. Say, I appreciate you. I'm always going to make you a moderator from now on, because you're on fire. I am showing that I am adding, guys, the 226 and 5/10 plus the 973 thousandths. All right. And notice that I'm using placeholders, aka insignificant zeros, to make sure that my number is organized. I can be extreme with this and show that my tens place and my hundreds place are also insignificant zeros, so that all of my digits are aligned. And notice, because I'm adding decimals, I have the decimals aligned, of course, already. They're all ready to go. So I'm adding here. 0 plus 3 is 3. 0 plus 7 is 7. 5 plus 9 is 14. I'm carrying the 1. 1 plus 6 is 7. I have my 2. I have my 2. And we end up with 227 and 473 thousandths. Once again, that is 227 and 473 thousandths as our result. And of course, we're going to red box it. Ladies and gentlemen, that does it for today's final exam review over basic mathematics, aka Math 0106 at Houston Community College. For all those students that need help with that class, or abroad at junior colleges and at community colleges in your area, they should have a developmental course that aligns with what I showed you in this video. And we're going to be talking about part 2 on Saturday. And once again, next Thursday, we'll be doing the next class, which is Math 0409, which is a pre-algebra course. In other words, the pre-algebra basic mathematics part 2, you could say. We'll be talking about that next week, and we're going to keep climbing up the ladder, going through the different math classes and their final exams to help you guys out. And I appreciate all of you guys chiming in, sharing the video, and in the future, make sure that if you're able, please donate, as that helps us with our progress. And check you out, Nicole, next Saturday. And thanks so much for my moderator, Saya, my moderator, Angry Hermit, also Taylor B, and the rest of you guys, Royal King, Nicole Wilson, for checking in, even Shrek 2. Thank you for checking in, too. I appreciate you. Also, we got Wanye in the house. That's right. We had John Smith in the house. We also have, let's see, who else was else? Come in. Yeah, so, and we had Tanya Neely in the house. We had Max in the house. That's what's up. And all you guys, thank you for joining me. It has been a pleasure. I will see you guys on Saturday. Peace.
Thanks for watching. We appreciate you hanging out with Fort Bend Tutoring. Like the video, comment, and subscribe. Hit up our website, tutoringmath.net, and set up a private tutorial with me and FBT.